big moves in the 2019 NBA draft.
And Klay Thompson wants $190 million. What?
Let's discuss this.
Okay. They're crazy. They're nuts. And they are insane. And for you to find out, welcome to the FORE Show with your host, welcome back to the 421 Show. This is our podcast. We're coming at you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Once again, I'm Rob.
And I'm Kev, and we're bringing you our view on sports and a little bit more.
That's right, Kev. So what's up? How was your week there, buddy?
You know, Rob, it was a pretty solid week. I watched a lot of sports, took down some notes. I really just couldn't wait to get back in front of the mic, you know? Do a little chit-chatting. How about you? Have a good week?
Yeah, not bad, except my back went out, and then I had to suffer with my sciatica. And if anybody has suffered with that yourself out there, you know exactly how it feels, and it's very painful. Taking ibuprofen 800s.
This guy's always got something going on with him.
That's right, and then Gabapentine, whatever you call it, for the nerves. I mean,
Jeez.
it's helped out a lot of cold packs, a lot of heating packs, blah 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 blah.
That's all
Anyway,
it is.
besides that, this week also we got to sit down with Stephan and the NBA analysts that we had, and we have a great segment we're going to play in the show coming up here in a little bit, and you'll get an opportunity to check out about the draft breakdown, and we'll go from there. Also, we always try to cover as much sports within our podcast hour or less, Kev. We always want to try to keep it under an hour. We do the best we can with sports and give you as much information we can.
It's hard to do with all the talking this guy does. I'll tell you that.
Exactly right.
I mean, geez Louise.
And also, if you hear or you hear a golf swing,
yeah.
okay, something like that. Okay, so if you hear any of that, you know that's a bad word. Okay, so here we go. Sports headlines and more. That's right, Kev. We're going to start out with golf. In golf, PGA Travelers Championship is Ches Revi? Yeah, whatever. Okay, minus 17, and he won the Travelers Championship. And also, he tied third in the U.S. Open. So it looked like he had a really good chance to keep it going for the U.S. Open, and then he turned around and won the Travelers Championship, and that was freaking awesome.
Crushed it.
So anyway, Bruce Koepka,
Bruce Koepka. Last time I checked, it's Brooks.
Brooks, oh my gosh. I screwed that one up.
Big time.
But that's nothing new. Okay, so anyway, Brooks Koepka dropped like a rock and scored even par. 17 strokes behind the leader, who we thought was actually going to do good. What do you think happened, Kev?
That was my pick. I don't know. I think, emotions got to him. He thought he had it. He was confident. Probably did a little saucing before, a little drinking, get a little comfortable. Who knows? But, he didn't play up to his potential. Kind of let me down. Couldn't cash my ticket.
Oh, I see. Okay. So not cash the ticket. All right. So, whatever happened, it happened. So it happened. But next up is the Rocket Mortgage Classic in Detroit, Michigan.
Cameron Champ.
That's correct. And that is happening right now. And for what we know during this show, he is at minus 13 so far with a 2-stroke lead going into the weekend. So that's awesome. Also, just to bring out what happened yesterday for him in the first round, he scored a 28 in the first 9, his lowest ever, Kev.
That's his best 9 ever.
It is. It's amazing.
And that's saying a lot for a PGA professional. You know how many rounds of golf this man has probably played? And he just now shot his first best round ever. Or whatever I just said. 28, though. What a guy.
28. So awesome him. Good job. And also, we want to, well, you can't see it, but our Max, my little Poochie, he turned around and came right up and hanging out with Kev right now. So here we go, Kev.
You just had to let the people know that.
Hey, so anyway, we're going to go into the LPGA. So the KBMG Women's PGA Championship was won by Green -9. Outlasted Park by 1 stroke to win it. Congrats. Now, next up is the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship presented by P&G, Procter & Gamble, as I assume. NB Park is leading still with a -9 with a 1 stroke for her going into the weekend, Kev.
Incredible. But there's also some big news going on in the LPGA right now. Michelle Wie just came out and posted on Instagram stating that she is taking the rest of the year off to let her wrist heal.
Okay.
Michelle Wie said, and I quote, "After doing everything I could to play this year, I have made that decision to take the rest of the year off from competitive golf. My team and I believe that this will give me the best chance to finally get healthy. I can't thank you all enough for the love and support. It means the world to me." Well, Rob, I'd say the golf game just got a little bit easier for the other competitors with Wie stepping out of the game. She was a beauty on the tee.
Well, yeah, you got too many good golfers out there. I mean, look at MB Park, look at Lexi Thompson, look at all these others that are actually very competitive with her. But I'm assuming that everybody's going to miss her out there. But then on a good side, that's one less competitor out there on the golf course they have to compete against.
Best of luck to her as she rehabs the wrist.
Good luck to her. Okay, so moving on. We talked earlier about Stephan, our NBA analyst, and he actually did a great job. We did the segment earlier in the week, and it's being added, of course, on our Friday show. And so take a listen. It's really good on the draft. We're talking about the top picks and what's going to happen. So anyway, take a listen, and we'll be back after the segment to talk about more NBA. Hey, we got a special guest today, Kev, and his name is Stephan.
Welcome to the show, Stephan.
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
That is cool. So anyway, he's our NBA analyst, and we are going to discuss the NBA draft of what just happened. And just so you know, our other 2 special guests we have in the house is Molly and Max, who like to wrestle while we are actually doing a podcast. Thank you for joining us, you little shits. Okay, so anyway, we're going into the NBA draft, and the first person off and chosen was Zion Williamson, point forward from Duke, number 1.
Power forward.
I was like,
power forward?
Yeah, he's a power forward,
that's a PF.
But is Zion correct?
Zion is
right.
correct.
Oh, I did do that right. Okay, he's a power point. Oh, he's a power forward. Okay. To the New Orleans Pelicans.
Wait.
What?
The New Orleans Pelicans.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't. Well, it was Memphis because they're the Grizzlies, right?
Who was with the Grizzlies?
That's Memphis, right?
Oh, yeah.
With Ja Morant.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so anyway, to talk about...
That was the perfect transition right there.
What transition?
You just screwed up, Rob.
I screw up every time. That's the
unbelievable.
Unbelievable again. Jesus. Okay, excuse me, my lord. All right. So anyway, real quick to talk about him.
Which one? Are we talking about
Zion
or
Zion? My opinion, and I'll let you guys, feed off of this, but I feel he's got potential. But his shooting is average, in my opinion. I think he's solid, but I still think he's a little bit too young to be in the NBA right now.
Oh,
he's got the perfect size, the perfect body,
so
everything
he
needs to be in the
player
NBA.
Or not?
He is going to be an all-star. He's going to be Rookie of the Year. He's going to have his jersey retired. He's going to be an NBA superstar, my friend.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, he's got the body. His body's probably better than 80% of the league right now.
Agreed.
He's 18, he's 19.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know, that's what I'm saying, but it just seems like players that come out so fast out of college, with the new rules that they got out, it seems like they're trying to season them early, into the NBA.
Let me say one thing.
What?
LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, fresh out of high school.
KG.
I agree with you.
There's a lot of.
But does that mess up the college system?
Well, if they started paying their players, it wouldn't mess anything up. So, I mean, they would stay. And I mean, that's a different subject for a different day. But as far as Zion and his skill set, yeah, of course, every rookie needs to work on their game and get better. None of the rookies, I don't care how well they shot in college, they're gonna definitely have to work on it in the NBA and the pros, because you see different. But we're talking about a guy that can block a shot from one other side of the lane and make it to the corner and block a 3-point shot. Like, we've never seen stuff like that before. So his athleticism alone is going to keep him in the NBA.
Kid's a savage.
Yeah. He's a monster.
So we see that. So now here's the question: with that big trade with Anthony Davis going to the Lakers for Bell and who are the other ones?
Grayson Allen.
No, that's a different trade.
That's the Grizzlies. What am I talking about?
Jeez.
Yeah, that's Utah, and
that's why
Utah
he's here.
Grizzlies.
That's Lonzo Ball, Hart, and Ingram.
There we go.
Lonzo, Bi, Brandon Ingram, for those of you that don't know, and Josh Hart, and a few picks here and there, a couple swaps. Some first rounders.
So the question is, with Zion adding to that team, do they make the playoffs?
Oh man.
No, Molly.
That's tough. That's tough because we have yet to see Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram stay healthy for an entire season. Same for Josh Hart, actually. So it depends on what veterans they're going to be able to put around him. If they keep Holiday. They keep Holiday. He's one of the best point guards in the league right now, defensively, and he makes really good decisions with the ball.
Okay.
So we'll see how he and Lonzo play off each other as well. But as far as veterans, I mean, in free agency, they're gonna have to get some cheap guys, but that have been in the league for a while.
Right, some experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
And they need a big. They need a big badly.
Yeah, no kidding. So anyway, yeah, so they got themselves a great pick. So let's move on to the number 2 pick. Number 2 pick was huge for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
It was Ja Morant, right?
If it wasn't for Zion Williamson, Ja Morant would have worked himself up to be the number 1 overall pick.
That
out
probably
of
would have
nowhere from Murray State.
You talk about athleticism. That kid's athletic as hell too.
Absolutely.
Now, one thing I do like, what I have for my notes is that I feel out of this whole top 5 of people, he's a very solid 3-point shooter. But the issue that could cause him problems in the NBA, he's got a low release point. Okay, so if he's got a low release point out on the arc, and you got somebody maybe like Zion Williams in his face,
Williamson,
okay, he's gonna block that shit all day long. So he's got to learn how to keep that ball up if he's going to be consistent in the NBA.
He's got a low release point, but he's quick with it.
Yeah.
Well,
he's
that
got
makes
a quick
sense.
release.
It's all about the speed of the release, to be honest. Because, I mean, they said the same thing about Lonzo, and he still gets his off, and his is, like, from the hip.
Awkward as hell.
Yeah.
You look at Stephen Curry.
Steph
Curry. Okay, God, I can't even get this
Stephan.
shit right. Okay, so Stephen Curry. All right. it's the same thing with him. He does have a low release point in a lot of his shots, but they're crazy shots. But he sinks them. But
quick.
he has a way to get over those defenders.
Yeah.
So
as does John Morant.
Yeah.
So did you feel that he could be another Steph Curry?
Not to that level. You're talking about one of the most elite shooters in the NBA, the history of the NBA.
Yeah,
okay.
Not even. I would argue the best shooter ever to hit the NBA.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But Ja Morant. I mean, it not only is his release quick, but he actually gets up on his jump shot. He's
right.
He's a little more of a. They kind of compare him to James Harden.
Okay.
But even though James Harden mostly shoots a set step back shot, but Ja Morant, he can get up. And the thing that a lot of people don't talk about is his court vision. I'm seeing him whip around passes with the one hand passes, cross court. Like, nah, this kid is the real deal. He's scary.
Really?
Like, he's kind of a combination between I would say, like, a lot of people talked about D'Angelo Russell's court vision when he got into the league because they weren't so sure about his shot. And we could see that his shot is elite. But I say he has the court vision of, like, somewhat of Alonzo Ball. And then he has the speed and quickness of De'Aaron Fox, who's on the Kings.
Swiper, no swiping.
But he's got the hops of guys that we used to see, like the franchise. Like, we're talking about these short guys. Like, even like guys like Nate Robinson and Steve Francis,
Stud.
These guys that are short point guards, but just have hops. And to put it, just comparing, he's about the same height as Lonzo Ball, so he's about 6'6" already.
So he's like Muggsy Bowl. What's his name?
No. Muggsy was like 5'4". Muggsy
and an all-star.
Yeah, and an all-star.
And an all-star, yeah. But he put his height into play. So he was doing real well. Hey, so moving on from that, looks like he's going to be a phenomenal player, but we'll wait and see. We'll see what happens with that.
He might be rookie of the year, honestly.
He's got a good chance. He's got a good chance.
Watch out for RJ Barrett too. He might have a bigger impact in the league than Zion does.
And you're right. And speaking of RJ Barrett, Zion's buddy from Duke, he went to the Knicks. And
third overall.
He is third overall.
That's so funny though, because Zion the Knicks were supposed to have the first pick, right?
Right.
And then and they end up getting the third pick, and they end up picking his buddy,
right?
RJ Barrett,
his roommate.
Yeah. Are they roommates?
They
Not
were
anymore.
They were in college. Yeah.
One's in New York, one's in New Orleans.
Pretty far away, bro.
Oh, a little bit too far away. So, all right. Well, we're not gonna, talk about that anymore. So, okay. So, him going to the Knicks. We got so much, scuttlebutt, as we say in the Marine Corps. With the Knicks about, like nobody wants to go to the Knicks. Is that really true?
Well, now there's a reason to go there. You got a primetime shooter on your team. The kid's quick. He defends the ball well. He's got hops. He's already got the body for the league.
Okay.
I mean, you kind of want to put him as the face of your franchise. And
so
I think
really,
they're
going to probably build around him, right?
Absolutely. You have to.
Okay. So if they build correctly, what do you feel is their time frame to be a playoff contender?
Wait, build correctly when?
That's right.
Because this year,
talking 5 years.
So they got a lot of work to do.
They do have
absolutely.
A lot of work to do.
All right, so
I mean, their owner's not helping either.
Nobody's really helping.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, the fact that Dave Fizdale's there, they've got a pretty solid. They've got a pretty solid executive core. It's just the fact James Dolan, like every time it seems like they're gonna get better, James Dolan does something to set them back as far as reputation. He just banned the New York Daily News from like being at the press conference for RJ Barrett. Like, that's just ridiculous.
Right?
You can't
for
do
why?
That. But, yeah, exactly.
No, I gotcha. Okay, so moving on here, let's move into. I know it was my mistakes. I read everything wrong, but
it's okay.
Anyway,
we have fun correcting you.
Yeah, you're correcting me all the time. So anyway, that's what the show is. It's the 421. You're all screwed up show. Okay. So anyway, with that pick, with what actually the trade with the Lakers and all that spooja and all that kind of stuff, the Hawks turned around and got lucky enough to get the number 4 pick and get DeAndre Hunter.
They win this draft, in my
Really?
opinion.
Oh,
Atlanta
really?
Hawks, well, and the Pelicans.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Top 2 teams that win this draft, in my opinion. I always leave the Pelicans out because they got Zion now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you snag DeAndre Hunter, you move up in the draft to get that 4th overall pick. Then you snag Cam Reddish at the 10th overall pick.
Right.
And don't forget about 34 from Maryland, Bruno Fernando.
Yeah.
They had a huge draft day. They got every piece they needed, really.
Yeah. I mean, because they were already loaded down low. So they were set, and I mean, you got Trae Young. So what other what other guard do you need? I mean, he was in the running for Rookie of the Year this year,
right?
So I mean, I think they're looking good, but I always take everything the Hawks do with a grain of salt.
Absolutely,
because you never truly know,
right?
You never truly know like what direction they're gonna go. I mean, the past 10 years, they were up there like kind of where the Raptors are now.
Okay.
You know, where they were leading the league in wins and all that stuff, and they didn't know what to do with it. You know, they couldn't get their hands on a Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
Like, it's going to come a time where they're going to need to actually get somebody big in free agency to put them over the top. And the question is if they do it or not.
Well, that makes sense. You know, the way I see it for Harry, he is a pretty damn good shooter. He's about 43% outside the arc. I mean, for 3-point. I mean, that's pretty damn good. So he is a good player, but he does have a little ball handling issues, and it's a little shaky wakey there.
He's not gonna have to deal with that though. Shaky wakey.
Shaky wakey.
It's a little shaky. Yeah.
All right. So if he improves that based on what the main critics say, he is going to be an outstanding player down the road.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
potentially.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to have to handle the ball that much, to be honest.
We're talking about Trae Young, right?
No, we're talking about DeAndre Hunter.
Oh, that kid's a stud.
Yeah, he's like no. But even if he did, he's not even going to have he's not even going to have the ball though. Yeah. Like honestly,
Cam Reddish and Trae Young holding the ball.
He's going to be a 3. He's going to be a 3-and-D guy.
Yeah.
All right.
You just got to get the ball to him, and he'll do what you need to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Hey, so I want to go to my favorite player from the University of Central Florida.
Oh boy.
UCF.
And that's my buddy Taco Wacko.
Don't say it.
Oh,
Taco Wacko, 7 foot 7 inch. He didn't get drafted, and that was what was so interesting about it. And he ends up doing an Exhibit 10 contract and signed with the Boston Celtics.
Did he sign though?
Well, they signed him, so we don't know what else is going to happen.
Well, they signed him to the summer league team.
Right. That's correct. So we're going to see what he does. But do you feel that he could be some kind of an influence for Boston to say, "Hey, you're going to be our next center"?
I think he wants to be Bol.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's the crazy part. He doesn't. Oh, okay. Well, he doesn't have the skills of Bol.
Right.
He just has the insane height. Like,
the kid's too darn skinny. Right? He's a twig.
Yeah.
He takes one charge, he's out for 6 weeks.
Dude, if you're that big, you better not take a charge. I'm sorry, dude. Well, that's like hitting his kneecap. Like, do you understand?
No, I understand that. But here's what I feel about Taco is that if he did not foul out in that game against Duke, I think they win.
That's a discussion.
I really feel that they would have had a better chance to win.
Well,
if he was,
I'm sure.
Fouled out.
Duke was in a lot of close call games last season.
Well, Duke was very top heavy,
big time.
and I mean, you can kind of see that they all kind of relied on their athleticism too much, and I mean that's one of the reasons why people are skeptical once they get into the NBA. But at the same time, Zion's teammates RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish, those guys kind of took a back seat when they were actually projected to be higher than Zion starting their season. And not everybody really got to show their whole repertoire, I guess you could say.
Right.
And the fact that Zion was dealing with a foot injury, I mean, that's gonna take you back. But I don't think not too many people had them going all the way, to be honest. Once you got to the NCAA tournament.
They still sent 3 Duke freshmen
Yeah.
in the top 10 of the 2019 NBA draft.
And I understand that because that's just the way it is. But speaking of foot injury, of somebody who did have a foot injury, an issue, and that was drafted at number 44 by the Denver Nuggets.
Bobo.
That's right. And
Traded
Bobo,
by the Heat.
right, from Oregon. Now, is he actually going to be a factor for Denver? Is he going to be injury prone? I mean, is he going to be that player they expect him to be? What do you guys think?
Anybody's injury prone who is that big and that skinny. You got to put some weight on this boy, and he's going to do some work.
Man, I don't know how you're going to get it on him, though, because his dad, he was skinny, too.
Skinny guy.
He was skinny, too. Like, I feel like that's just in his genes. And, guys that tall are always dealing with, leg problems or knee problems. And he's got the skill. And the thing is that he can play behind the Joker.
Well,
right?
Jokic.
Well, yeah, one thing too, when Manu played, the game was different.
Yeah,
the game was way different
true.
what it is today.
True.
The way they play today versus him,
Mhm.
it's gonna be real tough for Bobo. I think based on the way he is framed, compared to what his dad was. If Bobo was drafted back then, let's say he was, I think he would have a better shot being the player.
And that's why I think he went so late. He went 44. He was projected to go way before that.
He was supposed to be top 10. He was supposed to be lottery, top 15.
Absolutely.
But at the same time,
right,
the physicality isn't there like it used to be.
Okay.
And his dad couldn't do what he does as far as skills.
Okay.
Like you're not gonna see.
That makes
a lot less pushing around these days.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I gotcha. All right, guys. So based on the NBA draft, I mean, I feel that overall, who we discussed, I am going to pick out of those people who I feel is going to be the rookie of the year, and it's going to be, in my opinion, Morant.
Ja? You think it's going to be Ja Morant?
I think so. Your opinion, Kev?
I'd like to say R.J. Barrett, but I have to stick with the number 1 overall pick in Zion Williamson. The kid's too darn big.
Yeah.
He's too big.
Okay. Stephan?
So tough, man, because you think about market, and that makes me want to go to RJ because he's going to be on that New York market, getting televised. Man, Ja, he'll get he'll get a lot of touches. But I think the Showtime factor that Zion brings, I think it's just gonna overshadow everything. And the guys that he's playing with,
built up hype around him.
Plus the guys he's playing with, it's gonna be more passing involved.
Lonzo Ball will get him that ball down low all day long.
Yeah. And that makes total sense. Okay, one last quick thing is based on who we discuss, is there a sleeper in the draft that can actually override all these guys and be a surprise saying, we never thought that was going to happen?
Like a Michael Brogdon?
Or a Kobe White from my Chicago Bulls.
Oh.
You never know.
You think so?
Right?
He's jerky. But...
He's a smooth little point guard, and that's exactly what my Bulls need.
Well,
Number 7 overall to Chicago, you got to have
How do you think that's going to work with Zach LaVine, though?
Alley-oop City, baby.
Oh, okay.
That's great. All right. So anyway, we want to thank Stephan for this little segment we were doing on the NBA draft. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for coming out to the show, Stephan.
It was a blast, man.
That sounds great. Okay, so now, Kev, we are going to now move into just a couple more things in the NBA. We're back, Kev, and what do you think about that segment we did?
I thought it was great. He's a professional. He knows what he's doing. He let us banter back and forth. It was a lot of fun having him here.
It was. We hope you enjoyed it a lot. So to continue into the NBA news, Durant turns down $31.5 million to re-sign player option. And the Knicks supposed to meet with Kawhi, Durant, and a rumor that Jimmy Butler is in the mix too, Kev. Also, the Knicks could offer Cousins a 1-year deal if Kevin Durant does not go to the Knicks.
I don't like that at all. I don't like Boogie Cousins at all. But that's a topic for another day.
Okay, well, I'll tell you one thing. It's not like I don't like him. I dislike that he always gets hurt all the time, and he doesn't really help anybody.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I don't understand about the signing. Also, Kawhi is going to visit the Lakers. And what else?
Kawhi is going to be meeting with the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Raptors. And the Clippers are shaking in their boots right now. They think the Lakers are going to sign Kawhi Leonard.
Okay, so we will find out more of that later next week when the news pops all over the place, and we'll have something to report. Also, Klay Thompson could re-sign if offered a 5-year, $190 million max offer, but the Warriors plan on doing that anyway.
Oh, he's getting every cent he is worth, my friend. He has earned every penny.
Okay, every penny, every penny, every penny. Also, the Clippers could be in the mix to match that offer, is what we hear.
Absolutely
we'll see if that offer's the same. No?
They might offer him something, but he is signing with the Warriors. He's retiring with the Warriors. He's retiring with Stephen Curry. They're getting statues in front of Oracle Arena, and they will retire their jerseys.
All right. The Splash Brothers, right? Or the Splash Brothers?
It's the Splash. You know this.
Okay, it's a splash. Okay, splash, splash, splash. Okay, so we're going to go into the next part that also with Klay that he probably won't play next year anyway because of his ACL injury.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough.
Okay, so anyway, the last thing quick on the NBA is the NBA Summer League starts here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Thomas and Mack from July 5th to the 15th. Go see those draftees.
Check it out.
Now we're going to go into football. So Mahomes is listed as the favorite to win the 2019 NFL MVP.
Patrick, my homie.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, no, he's winning that MVP.
Really?
2019-2020 MVP, back-to-back seasons. Sorry, Drew Brees. Sorry, Tom Brady. You don't stand a chance. Tom Brady posted to Instagram yesterday or today saying that he can still throw a football at age 41. He threw it, clocked it in at 61 miles an hour. Big deal. I'm not convinced.
Really? Not convinced?
Really.
Okay, so we'll see if Mahomes ends up doing that. One thing we want to add, too, in the middle of July is going to be our first show. We don't have a set date yet if it's going to be on Thursday or Friday, but weekly we're going to be doing starting in the beginning of August. And that is going to be our fantasy football show, Kev.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Start 'em, sit 'em, all the information you need. I've been playing fantasy football for 29 years, so I will have some good stuff for you, baby.
Not as good as the stuff I got, but he'll have something.
Okay, sounds good. Going into hockey, okay, Subban
little puck action
was traded to the Flyers?
To the New Jersey Devils, and I don't know why. Why in the hell are they trading away PK Subban? He is a 3-time All-Star defenseman. They sent him to New Jersey for Santini, Davies, and 2 second-round draft picks. Why did this happen, Rob?
I don't know. You tell me. That's why you're
talking. The Devils just made a huge move, and I don't think people realize it. They now have Taylor Hall. They have the first overall pick from last year, Nico Hischier, Kyle Palmieri,
okay,
if that's correct, and Travis Zajac. They are set up to make a deep playoff run.
Okay, so deep playoff run. But based on all that happening, from what we're hearing, the Devils will be an A-plus team next year. Is that right?
They'll be up there. And they have, don't forget, goaltender Corey Schneider. But speaking of goaltenders, we just had one hang up the skates.
That's right. So Robert Lugano, right? Lugano.
This guy's unbelievable on the mic. It's Roberto Luongo.
Okay.
Played 19 seasons in the NHL.
Really?
Skated around the Chels for years. He was the 4th overall pick in 97.
Really?
1,044 total games. 489 wins.
Yeah.
Over 30,000 saves. Only 15 goals allowed, buddy.
That's awesome. He had a great career.
Yeah, phenomenal career.
That's right.
All-time career.
But no Stanley Cups.
No cups.
That sucks.
2nd all-time in games played as a goalie, though. 3rd all-time in wins. Okay. You can't get much better than that.
All right. Sounds good.
Historic.
All right. Okay, so Well, just in right now, we got some big news for you. World Cup soccer, and that is right. So USA beat Spain earlier to play France today. And guess what, Kev? They won 2-1. And I predicted 1-0, but it was actually 2-1. It was still by 1 goal. And they now get to play England Tuesday, July 2nd, semifinals, Kev. And Megan Rapinoe scores twice.
And guess what, Rob?
What?
She's not in White House.
Sweep fart. That is crazy. But everybody knows that news already if you've been watching. She's not going to go to the White House. Or maybe the team might not go to the White House if they end up winning this. But I think they're talking a little bit immature. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. But congratulations to the United States for moving on in the World Cup.
Moving on up.
Now let's talk about a little baseball for a minute, Kev. Stanton again back on the IL for the New York Yankees.
Keeps getting hurt. Lay off the juice, buddy.
Yep. I just all right. They've cleaned all their stuff up since Alex Rodriguez. Okay, so let's get back to that.
So they say 28 consecutive dingers, 29 consecutive dingers.
That's right. Keeps the record going for the Major League Baseball record.
Lay off the juice.
That. Anyway, All-Stars have been announced, so check it out online at MajorLeagueBaseball.com. Okay, so MLB.com, exactly. But one thing we want to do is we want to give a big shout out to the Vanderbilt team that wins the College World Series.
In amazing fashion.
In amazing fashion?
Amazing.
Well, then I know they won 2 out of the 3, went to the final game. They both won 1 game.
Amazing
Michigan.
fashion.
All right, but congrats again to Vanderbilt. Bam! Okay, so let's go now into our Las Vegas local teams. First off is the Las Vegas Aces. After beating Dallas big last Saturday, they did not stop, and they pulled out a huge win Tuesday against Seattle, 60-56 for the first place Western Conference, and it was led by Cambage.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't even know how to pronounce it. I apologize. But Wilson and McBride during that game, that I know they're in double digits, and they won that game. It was phenomenal. And Thursday, the bad part was they played on Thursday. They played on the road at LA and got crushed 86-74. And that wasn't very good, Kev.
Not at all, Rob.
Yeah, it's just, I don't get it. But anyway, the Aces now have the opportunity to get themselves back on track again Saturday, playing Indiana, and then Tuesday against Kev's Chicago Sky.
Got to go with the Sky in that game, buddy.
Really? They are playing pretty good this year.
I have to go with the Sky.
Okay, that makes total sense. And
this guy has to go with the Sky.
The Sky.
This guy goes with this guy.
And this guy. Okay, the Aces record so far is 6-5 going into Saturday's game. One more thing. Oh, no more things. And next thing. Shit. Okay, so Las Vegas Aviators. Okay, they're on a 4-game win streak, and right now their record, Kev, is 45-35, 4.5 back in the Pacific League, Pacific Coast League, Pacific Southern.
It's a lot of Pacifics you just said.
You probably said a lot of Pacifics. Yeah, whatever, dude. Okay, so anyway, they are 25-15 on the road.
They're swinging the bat well, that's for sure.
Yes, their home record's only 20-20, but they're 4 straight. That's not bad for the Las Vegas Aviators. That is freaking awesome. That's it for the Aviators. So now let's go into the Las Vegas Golden Knights. With big news for the Golden Knights, Wild Bill stays with them for another 8 years, $42.2 million deal.
Just about $6 million a year.
That's pretty damn good.
Pretty good for a guy that's only 26 years old.
That is pretty good. So that's great for William Karlsson staying with the Golden Knights for a little bit of a longevity for us. But there's no but. Okay, so anyway, also draft time came with the NHL hockey with the NBA, but we're gonna hopefully get another show on that if we can. If not, then oh well, that's the way it goes. Anyway, so we received number 1 draft pick was forward Peyton Krebs. He was a captain on the Canadian team, the Kootenay Ice for the WHL. That's the Western Hockey League. And he was 4th on the team in scoring and had the most points as a rookie in the WHL last year. Also, captain of the team Canada in the IIHF World U18 Championships. That is pretty awesome.
It's amazing. That's one hell of a resume right there.
That is awesome. And just so you know, the Golden Knights also got 4 more forwards, 2 defensemen, and a goalie, okay, in that draft. And we'll get more details on that later. Okay, also, breaking news for the Golden Knights, Eric Halla is traded to Carolina for prospect Nicholas Roy. Or is that Waugh? R-O-Y. What is that, Kev?
We'll call it Roy.
Okay.
I know there's Patrick Waugh in the past. But we're calling this guy Roy.
Okay, so I don't know if it's the same thing or not, but also just to let you know, the sounds like the Knights will probably be making another trade soon. So be ready. Also, just to note now on NFL, the Raiders coming to Vegas. The stadium is on pace. The stadium is on pace for 2020 for the opening of that season.
So we talked World Cup soccer earlier with our USA defeating France. Now let's talk about our local soccer team, the Las Vegas Lights.
Hoorah!
They get the 1-0 win over El Paso Locomotives this past game in El Paso, Texas. Another win on the road. Shout out to the Lights for a great defensive game. But tomorrow we are taking on the 10th place OKC Energy. So don't forget about that. Get your tickets. Go watch the game. Get some cheap booze. Let's get another one, boys. Let's get another dub.
All right, cool. So that's your Las Vegas Lights FC report from Kevin. Oh, yeah. So anyway, we're going to talk about real quick about sport events in Las Vegas this weekend. Like I said, about the Las Vegas Aviators are on a roll. They're hosting Reno, our counterpart here in Nevada, and probably our big rival, of course, in the league. They're doing a 5-game homestand, and it starts tomorrow night at 7:05 p.m. So come on out, check it out, and have a great time with the family there at the Las Vegas ballpark. Also, the Las Vegas Aces will be playing Saturday, like I said, against Indiana at 7:30 p.m. at the New Orleans Arena. So please go out and check that out. And the last thing on our sport events in the weekend that's still going on is the World Series of Poker. So it's still going on at the Rio Hotel. If you want to go check it out, check it out. It should be a lot of fun. And if you want to get in, I know it's kind of expensive a little bit, Kev, but
you got to risk it to get the biscuit, buddy.
That's right. That's all it is. So, hey, and then now we're going to go into the view on who to take this weekend. Actually, we're going to do it on Sunday. Kev's got some picks. We're going to discuss it, and we are going to just go from there. So, Kev.
That is right, Rob. We have my key picks of the weekend. Well, for Sunday.
Okay.
Starting at 10 a.m. in London, the Yankees are taking on the Red Sox. On the mound for the Yanks, we got Chad Green sitting at 1-2 on the season, just under 6.5 ERA, versus Eduardo Rodriguez from the Red Sox. He's got a pretty hot hand right now, 8-4 on the season with a 4.87 ERA. So definitely have to be a bullpen day for the Yanks if they're trying to pull it out. So just with that being said, I'm taking the Red Sox. This game's going with ease.
Okay, well, I almost kind of have to agree with you on that game. Rodriguez has been playing a little bit better, but he was terrible in moments. He could, blow it in this game, but I think the Red Sox are a good one. Go.
Next, we got the Dodgers at the Rockies in Colorado. Our probable pitchers are going to be Kenta Maeda for the Dodgers and Chichi Gonzalez for the Rockies. Rob, I really like the Dodgers in this game. With LA and Kenta Maeda, who is 7-4, he's going to get the W in this one. He's got one hell of a lineup to back him up, score him some runs, and that'll make him feel way more comfortable on the mound. So I got to take the Dodgers in this one. It's a no-brainer.
All right, sounds good. Okay, I'm going to agree with you with the Dodgers in that game. And their third game is?
We got your hometown Seattle Mariners in Houston taking on the Astros.
Okay.
Little Seattle Astro matchup, you know. The Marco Gonzalez is taking on Garrett Cole. The Southpaw Gonzalez has been a hot hand as well lately, winning his last 4 starts. However, Garrett Cole is a strikeout machine. When he left the mound after his last start, he was actually leading the American League in strikeouts with 151.
It's awesome.
I'm picking the Astros to ruin your Seattle Mariners' dreams of winning this Sunday. This is going to be a great head-to-head matchup, buddy.
Well, I'm gonna turn around and disagree with you real quick. But to discuss about that is that Gonzalez does have great games. If he does not falter in this game against Cole, you could score on Cole. And I feel the Mariners could win this game. So I'm taking Seattle in this game, Kev.
All right. There it is. Kev's key picks.
Key picks. We'll see what happens.
Jesus.
Also, I want to remind everybody about nonprofits in Las Vegas. And Heroes in the Rough is one of those nonprofits. And they're a disabled veteran athletic program helping veterans get off the couch. And it's a great program. They just started, they have a golf program, they have a bowling program, and it's awesome. So go to www.heroesintherough, that's HEORES, in the rough, ROUGH.org to check it out, more information about that. All right, Kev. So what we're going to talk about real quick is our Q&A that we do at the end of the show.
Question and answer. Let's get it going.
Well, Brent asked, why does Rob have a tiny voice on podcast? What the hell question is that?
What a question.
And he's from Las Vegas. Whatever. Hey, the reason why my voice is small is because I got a high-pitched voice, and it's just a way to... Kevin, he's got a shit voice, like a down voice.
I got a beauty. Beauty.
So anyway, next question. That was... who put that in there? Jeez. Willie. Oh, my Willie Billy buddy. That's right. From LA asked, I saw the Dodgers jersey in the background on your pre-show video on YouTube. So are you fans?
No.
Well, don't be rude.
Negative. Not a fan of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Because he's a Chicago White Sox
We have
fan.
better hot dogs, too, by the way. What's a Dodger dog? Let's be honest.
Okay. That's a whole nother subject of its own. But anyway, it's back there. It's just part of our set we do on our pre-show. And if you guys have not seen our pre-show on video to watch us a little bit for about 3 minutes, talk about our show that's coming up, check it out on YouTube. It gets delivered on Wednesday or Thursday night. Depends on how we're feeling. Okay, last question here. Billy from Chicago asks,
Billy Boy,
why does Kev like the White Sox over the Cubs?
Simple question, stupid question. White Sox are a better team, better fans, better organization, better grilled onions on the brats. No discussion. Enough said.
That is so funny. Anyway, so that's it done for our Q&A. Make sure you put in the comments about questions to ask us for the show. We will take them.
Tell us how you feel.
Exactly. So, hey, just remember social media in our podcast. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We host our podcasts on Podbean. We go to iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, SoundCloud. We're going to go on to CastBox and Stitcher. So make sure you check it out. So, Kev, anything more?
Nothing more.
All right, sounds good. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to the show. And we will talk to you next week.
Boom.